we should be good. I do sometimes just pull out my phone and I'll just like take a snap or Instagram story or something.
Word.
How do I flip this? Okay. What up, Tony? Yeah, so all your stuff you can see here too, so it's convenient for you.
Oh, cool.
And then I have my little screens here. Okay, so anything and everything you want to talk about. There's no limits, really.
Okay.
And if you want to
Awesome. Too. Okay. So, what up, internet? Vuitton is Twitch. My name is Jasper. What camera am I looking at? That one?
No.
My name is Jasper Som. I'm 25 years old. I am a full-time artist from Lowell, Massachusetts. And I'm here to talk to you guys about what I'm doing.
Dope.
Yeah. So, I've had this vision for about maybe 6 months or so.
Okay.
And alongside my colleague, Kevin Van, who you guys might know through dancing and just being around me. And our dream is to have a moving art collective that centralizes all of Lowell's resources basically for these communities of music, skateboard, and dance. And that's why I answered with those things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is, being from Lowell, Massachusetts, very open and aware of how important expression is to our community, and like the fact that I know so many young artists and artists in general that do what they do with very little resources. For example, music is a luxury to most and a privilege. Anyone that has interest in learning has to decide first that they want to, and after that fact, you have to choose what medium you want. Be it singing, rapping, or playing music, or all of the above. And you need a space, or you just need support to make a mess and figure it out, and like pollute with sound before you refine what it is that you want. And since I know that that's a privilege, I want to help connect people with resources to people who don't have them, so that we can basically just end competition that's not like friendly and driving to improve the self. It kind of competition that I have in mind is more grimy and like more cutthroat rather than people lending a hand. And that's what I want to do with music, and naturally I've done that, or not, I'm doing so right now. I really like to help anyone who has an interest in music. And so with skateboarding dance, it just falls so naturally to me because they're both forms of expression that are like slightly newer than music to me and not as natural. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what the art collective is, and alongside
is that the name?
No, it's not the name. The name is
Is there?
There is, but it's kind of a secret for now because it's in the works. I am hand selecting creators and artists that are that just share the common vision that allows me to do what the vision is. And so far our plans with the future of Love Hurts is to make performance art and multimedia content like pictures and videos and stuff, and like events and merchandise, and then instructional mediums like tutorials and like behind the scenes, and like really break down the processes of these things. And that's just the overall goal right now. And so far we have some really cool stuff I'm excited to share. We have original choreography done to original music, and we're working with a director. His name is Tebow, very talented. He's from Lowell as well. And so with music, my closest goal right now is to go to this restaurant art gallery venue in downtown Lawrence called El Taller, 275 Essex Street. I'm gonna be going there twice a month to teach music clinics, and the details of that are still subjective. I'm gonna talk to a friend tomorrow about that, and then I'll have more concrete details I could share. But it happened through my friend Berta asking me to play a pop-up market with a bunch of makers, and there was also an open mic there that has a lot of high energy, a lot of hip hop, a lot of really heavy bass and really hard hitting attitude, and really real rawness. And I played some of my pieces with Asasia Cass, actually, my friend. I hope that you guys meet soon, because she's definitely a voice that I like to listen to. Yeah, they were just absolutely blown away, and like we really brought something different to the table that night. And I just believe a lot of people have that within themselves, and you need support and you need help refining to know what that is, like what you want. Hello, Carla.
Jakara.
Okay, so in skateboarding is such an interesting, I feel like it's an anomaly. I feel like it's something that really wouldn't have happened without these really incredible circumstances of like, I don't really want to get to what it means to me, but the community of it is a really interesting example in Lowell because of its rich history and diversity of like cultures in general. Like there's a lot of misconceptions about it. I feel like there's also a lot of like bad light that's shed upon it, in the way that it's presented, like being really like cool but destructive and also like bothersome to people. And I really want to change the conversation and like have it more socially acceptable to be a form of expression and not just like ruining shit.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the world actually does not care. And it's not really a problem that I want to deal with. I just, like, my short-term goal with skateboarding is I really want to clean the parks in Lowell. I really want to talk to city council that like represents the area of Bartlett, like whoever that is, and like talk to them and like really get some lights in there and like give us a spot to be before they tell us to like be somewhere else. And I also know that there is like right now there's an existing community that's very wide. Like it's not up to me for people to let like one person represent an entire community, but that's just the way it is with skateboarding. And I know that given the opportunity, I can put it in a light to show that like there's a lot of people that care. There's a lot of people that don't want to hurt you through skateboarding, that want to give you respect and share the road with you. And yeah, so that's my closest goal with skateboarding. With dance is beautiful because it's just as ancient and like and complicated and in-depth as music, and growing up here with dance, it just blows my mind that like there's very few studios for people to dance, very few outlets for people to even dance in general. Yeah, we have such a huge community, such a huge diverse amount of dancers. Like there's like different styles and stuff that are here, and that's also a goal that I have. That might be short or long term, but there are steps that I've taken to change that. And basically my goal with that is to have a centralized dance studio that's publicly accessible, that has a bus route to it, that also is accommodating for all the styles, like urban choreography and b-boy is what I have in mind. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, is that I wanted to basically seek your insight and also just tell you about it. And because I'm sure there are like general things that I mentioned that you understand. And so basically the quickest way that I can offer my service is music. And anyone on the stream right now that has any interest in any form of music, anything, just please reach out to me. And the goal is to not make it a luxury, not make it inaccessible. And if you don't have money or any prior knowledge or a place to play music, I want to make that possible.
That's really tight, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's been a while. It's been very intense because since I've opened my eyes to this, a lot of people that I've reached out to has resonated with the message, and I'm getting a lot of support from the community. Do you know iFormation?
Is that like a group or something?
Yes, he's an artist
Oh no.
at
No.
you know Mill 5?
Yeah.
Like when you take the elevator and there's like a stage on the left, right across from there is a shop
Okay.
to the right of the music store.
Mm-hmm.
He has these like really fun characters and like different knickknacks and stuff, very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
He's also done a lot of work here in Lowell, and he's been a professional artist for like 15 years or something, and he's really incredible. And I reached out to him for his service, and since he was a part of like breakdancing and graffiti and skateboarding and being an artist, he was very, very interested in helping me. And so he gave me one of his designs, like, or he didn't give me one, like he made a design for me to use to represent, you know, what this is about. And it was really crazy too, because when he did it, this guy from like the UK or something came into the shop, and then he saw one of his like printed skateboards, and then he was like asking him for custom work and talking to him about it, like in front of me, saying that he charges like a base price of $500 just for the time in general for his consultation, you know. And like knowing that he's offering that to me for you know, for free, or not for free, but with the intent of knowing that like I will use it and channel that with like the goals that I have in mind, and you know, when it becomes lucrative, I'll be able to offer him the power of money for more work, you know. And I'm also having merch made too with this screen printing company. Yeah, this guy's really cool. His name is Stein. He's Stein, Stein, multifaceted artist. He has a screen printing company, and it's really dope. Super small batches, and he also has his own like clothing line, and he makes music too, freaking really dope, old school ish hip hop, you know. So yeah, let me elaborate a little bit more. So it's not just like my own vision. Kevin being a part of it, he has he's been, you know, a really big impact and just like an awesome friend, and he was my entry into the world of dance. Like it was like dance piece like 13 or something, and you know, I kind of just did it for fun, which, you know, it's still fun, but I didn't really think about it. And when I was learning music at the time, I was also like showing anyone with interest, and like they were playing music and it was just fun. They weren't thinking about it either. And so now, with that in mind, me and Kevin are also gonna like get to show our progression, like both of us being aware of where we are with like where I am with dance and where he is with music, and where we can meet together and like really help each other grow, and like just be very open in general. Like, cause when I teach music, it's more about like the mechanics and the governing laws of music that's like very arbitrary and like kind of works for whatever reason. And then from there, that's when you take it into expression. That's when you like make it your own stuff. Like that can't really be taught as much as the mechanics, you know. So if you're trying to learn how to like write pop hits, like, I don't know, but I can teach you like chord progressions and stuff. So, Carla's awake now. Can I actually play a little bit of music? Is that doable?
Music time.
How's it going?
Good. I was just wondering if you guys today, because we had a party, but we didn't get back until like 6 a.m. And then I woke up for the BTS meeting.
How was your nap?
That was good.
Did you dream?
Huh?
Did you dream?
Did I dream? I actually did. It was weird. Yeah. How's it going?
It's going really good. Hey, I heard that you were a vocal coach. Is that true?
What do you mean?
Like, do you teach voice?
I mean, I know how to because I did it in school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to link up with you and talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I'm very open with all of the knowledge I can. I want to make sure that if I'm telling facts that they're right. And I didn't know that you did that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So do you moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So whenever that happens, that'll happen. So before I get to play my airboard, I want to express that with casual expression or any form of art, it's really nice to kind of have the story first.
Yeah.
So is there anything in mind that you feel talking about or giving me to give back?
Are you gonna improv?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I want to give it a story or give it some conceptual backbone.
Well, I mean, I've just been fixated on two things, and that's self-love and self-awareness.
Ooh,
right, the biggest one. And then just finding, doing so much of that and finally reaching a place mentally, and I feel more aligned that the happiness in my space now is something that I want for others too. And I want to give back. That's super basic and super I don't want to say generic, but I'm just interested in using whatever I have as a person and in my community to help people build whatever it is that they want. Ultimately, helping people become their best versions. Because when you do that, if you can help figure out what the spark is, then they go on to do really important things.
So, I remember something from one of your stories recently or something. You were talking about, it was how in this present day, media platforms are accessible to everyone, and everyone gets to present themselves in a certain way and get to choose. And it is interesting too because with self-love and social media, they have parallels where you get to present your best self and you get to share with the world what you want, and loving yourself to me is focusing and nourishing those qualities of you that you would want to present. I've been condensing and just making all of my actions either or not making it, just becoming aware that I'm either ignoring something or acknowledging something.
I see.
And when I would work on myself through dance, I would be very fixated on having the resource of reflection, because that reference to me was important for whatever reason. And I would just basically dance and like choreograph or freestyle in front of any like public reflection. And the other day I was just like acknowledging how it made people feel. And for the most part, it's like initially it's a curious, and then like other times it's like kind of like bothersome. Like some people are very uncomfortable with that, and I can understand why now. And a lot of the times before, I would just ignore it and not give a fuck. Like I just really just not care. And then with self-love and like the internet presence, like there was a lot of things that I would ignore and not acknowledge, like the power of my voice and the power of my actions, you know, like not acknowledging that like it affects people and that I am being watched constantly. I would just ignore it and just not care and just send it out and put my energy out there. And like now I'm kind of like afraid of like the fragileness of like the power and the power of like influence and the power of expression, that like it truly is a luxury today to be able to say what I want, how I want, when I want, and just like be okay with it and like be heard. And that's actually something I want to talk about, like, you know, presenting your best self and like working on that, and only showing that, and like the process too. The process, you know, you can ignore it or acknowledge it, but the process is like painful and beautiful and long. This is a Suzuki Airboard, and it was gifted to me by my friend Josephine. I'm super grateful for this. What it is, it's a tube that's connected to these channels of air, and all of these plastic keys mute varying length metal bars. And it's really interesting because as the air passes and I press these keys, it will relieve the metal bars, and the metal bars will vibrate, and I basically get to play like chords, and it kind of sounds like a harmonica. But yeah, I'm gonna just play about that. Thank you.
That was tight. That felt good.
Oh, good.
Like it felt good. Kind of reminded me of video games. The sound.
Yes. Yeah, that was inspired, like, harmonically by Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda, yo, if you guys like video games and music, they go really great together.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Music is a world, and video games goal is a world. That's actually how I learned how to play flute. I climbed the stage of Boarding House Park, and I learned the F Lydian, and that is Saria's song, Lost Woods. Yeah, it took me a while.
That's crazy.
Because flute is really crazy.
How many instruments can you play?
Oh man. So the GarageBand ones: guitar, bass, drums, and piano. And the mechanics that I teach in like music theory and just like appreciation and respect for form allows me to learn other instruments and save a lot of time and not make amateur mistakes. And then I play flute and alto sax, which is very challenging because they're like concert instruments that you don't want to try to reinvent the wheel. Like it's been figured out. There are really efficient practices that I believe work, and everybody's different. If practice is not fun for you, then it can be challenging to want to do it. I also consider my voice an instrument, and rapping is like a different part of the brain that I consider an instrument as well. Your connection to like yeah, it's a lot of things. Like rapping's huge for me in music. I'm also exploring that a lot more. I've been rapping a lot. I've been rapping for maybe about like pretty consistently for like 4 years or something like that. And it's been really daunting for me to kind of just like share it because of what we talked about, like presenting your best self and like because the emotion and the story is very important to me, and like sometimes I don't feel it's necessary to like share that part if no one cares, or like if I don't care to share it, then I don't. But I love the power. I love I feel like rap is on the progression of like condensing information. Like you can say something and it'll reference an entire world in like just a phrase, and I plan on sharing a lot more sooner. Yes, I'm working on a lot of music, by the way. If you are interested in hearing it, let me know, because I don't put it on any platforms as of right now. I just kind of have it on me. But so I've been recording this song that's very dear to my heart, and it's with the studio called Ohana Media and Productions. They're on 9 Central Street in downtown Lowell. Incredible people, amazing musicians, amazing professionals. I don't know what else to say. They're really great. A long time I would just kind of want to do it all by myself, And when you really get to share the load with like people who truly respect your vision, it's so refreshing, and I'm super grateful. Shout out to Scott Stengel, Alex Whiting, the whole Ohana crew. You guys are the best, and yeah, I'm excited. This new song that I have, I'm going to be working on a really dope collaborative piece between a community of dancers and Tebow again. And yeah, I'm just excited. It's really cool because this song initially came to me in the form of rap, and then I sent it to my friend Blanky, aka Alex Para, to kind of give me his like insight and like his reaction. And since he knows me personally, he was like, "Yo, I really like what this is," and he was just basically saying that I should utilize the dynamic of my harmonic singing to kind of give this a different flavor. And since I did that, I kind of realized that like it's super fun for me to basically rap conventionally and like, you know, very methodically, like count it and like and think about like what forms of literary devices I'm using, and then just add melody to it. And like it can be that simple sometimes, and I'm just excited because like it's really opening up another side of music for me that's really fun. And also I know that like there's not too much like in the cloud that kind of sounds like that, you know, because like when people think of like sing rap or rap sing, it's like you kind of have your own context to it. But yeah, they're not going to talk about what I'm going to talk about, and I'm ready.
The only like one of the main reasons why I'm mainly listening. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just also, my cough is holding me back a little bit.
No, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you again. You know, like I want to express gratitude to you because it's very important to have this platform where people can listen and like know what I'm about so that I can do what it is that I want to do. Is there any way to play music? Because I would like to share a song on the stream.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it. Turn this up. And then I have to turn off desktop audio. Let's do it right here. Okay. Do you want to log into something or do?
I have it on my phone. I can email it to you or
Oh
something?
yeah, I can do that. My email is just my first and last name together at gmail.com.
Okay. I'm excited.
Me too. I really appreciate you coming through.
Okay.
Jasper. Oh, you know Cassie Donnelly?
Yeah. Hey.
She's commented. One of my friends said that you're cool. She doesn't know you, but you're cool.
Thank you. You're cool.
Oh, just send it? I'll just refresh whenever.
Wait, okay, so dang. Hold up, I have to find. This is hard. correct.
Yes.
Yo, real quick, I'm a walking billboard.
Okay.
_SPAO. Yo, this artist makes some straight flames. Just crazy shit. Yeah.
That's
this
sick.
is like freaking printed on like, yeah, it's really dope. Like they work with their mom, like, yeah. SPA's story is pretty dope. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not receiving. I'm not sure.
So yeah, Sam Paulini. Went on a tour across DIY spots in the country and just painted free murals, and yeah.
Oh my god.
It's awesome. So this was
Okay, let me know.
the song's called Arugula, original music by me and engineered by Scott Stengel. Shout out to Ohana. I'm feeling okay. You're here Can I kiss you? Only if you don't dismiss this issue. A part of me's at home. At some point I've gotta hit you. Those high cheekbones accenting a frisky tone. Happy to share the heritage, hashing it when we get home. From my past life, I might have inspired. Transpired to flash fire, inspired to share a little secret space where I only make you come around the weekend. Can I miss you? Like the last molecule for my crystal. Or will it temper more? It's unofficial, but this half hole in my heart started to fit you. Now I remember why the crowd was singing "Hit You," because the end of this film was so sweet. Been thinking about twisting a plot inside me. Rewind time to your life beside me, and I'll try not to cry when waking from sweet dreams.
That was tight.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad that we could stream it on here. It's awesome.
Dude. Is it, so that's unreleased?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was tight. It has like...
And it's still not fully mixed.
like that changes up a lot, like adding different layers and different.
Yeah.
But it's consistent. Like it's cool. Yeah, I like it.
Can you imagine it being a rap before?
Yeah.
It's really it's very, very different.
Had different things going for it. It was fun.
This is excellent. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Right.
It reminds me of Life truffles, or like
I feel you on that.
cocoa butter or something.
Oh, it's Travis. Twitch.
Oh, hey. Hey. So yeah, this is awesome.
That was fun.
I have some really big plans for this. So I have another song called Pomegranate Juice that Kevin.
Did you like sneak peek that or something?
Yeah, sure.
On Instagram?
Oh
it,
yeah,
like, right?
yeah.
I was like,
yeah, and Kevin choreographed it, and we have a very small group of dancers that are dancing with it. But Arugula actually planned to make a full visual. Yeah, and it's in the planning stage, and man, it's been a roller coaster just trying to figure it out, and like alongside doing the other existing projects has been really crazy, like trying to plan this out. Like after doing this, it will make me very experienced in like planning things that are just way bigger than I can do. You know what I mean? Because like honestly, I know the internet's and everyone is waiting for me to make something out of nothing and then give me credit, you know, or give us credit rather. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna go. Yes, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go to Ohana right now.
okay.
Yes, work on some music. Yes. So, is there another time that we can do like a recap of this?
Yeah.
Or maybe just like, you know, another session. I really like this. This is basically.
I mean, like, now I know. You know what I mean? Like,
this is how I do it too. It's like casual expression. Like the music and the dancing and skateboarding is a conversation. Like when I'm just saying something, like I'm saying I'm crazy, so I'll do something crazy, or I'm relaxed and I'll do it really chill. And you know, that's all I want to do is just like really just make it more accessible to just like say what you want and then let's talk about it, you know. Yeah, and the next one I'll definitely have something in order to kind of fill the conversation, not with like literal fillers, but just like there's a lot of things I do want to talk about that's kind of spread very wide.
I see.
Okay. But for the most part, music, skateboard, dance, it's like consolidating that and just like has made my mission statement really clear.
Yeah.
And also like
I see.
made what I want to do very clear. Yo, thank you for that straight up like just raw carrots. Oh man,
It's fun.
magic.
I was gonna say there is a person. You should get her on your radar. Her name is. I need to find her. I have like her email. But her first name is Mindy. Have you ever heard of her? She's older. But she was someone who came from a different city. It might have been San Francisco, if I recall correctly. I've only had one like semi-in-depth conversation with her at a random meeting, and when she moved here, she felt like the biking culture was like unsafe. So like, you know what I mean? Like there's no love to the bikers. Like,
Okay.
So like, you know, the roads and all that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I actually really want to talk to her because there is someone that I'm working with that would really like to appoint someone biking. Yeah, it actually like, coincides perfectly. So yeah, I would really like to meet her because
I'll make sure that I'm gonna look at these now.
But yeah, so she said she thinks like bike culture is kind of like overlooked and like
yeah,
safety wise.
Yes, but she made an effort and has made like actual strides in the community for us without us knowing, like certain like
courtesy,
more bike racks and like lanes and stuff like that. So she's active, like that's her thing. She's like, I don't drive a car, nothing. I'm like, I bike all day, every day. Like she's 100% like in it. So then when you spoke about skating, just like being able to try and make some strides in that, I was like, I'm sure she can give a little something. But just being connected to someone who has that much passion for anything, I think it's a good thing.
Yes, and like it's definitely it's super important. And I kind of like we talked about how you as a person, it's up to you to let someone represent everyone. But like I'm sure there are skaters who care that don't have the resources that I do, that are able to, articulate these ideas to like the right people, and also like not take no for an answer, basically.
I understand.
It's super challenging because like I basically have to at the same time like just naturally represent all skaters, and I don't want to, but that's how it's gonna be, and I'm gonna make sure that like I do it right. Yeah, so please do introduce me to her, because I want that common ground too. Like everybody should, like, not just bikers should know hand signals, but the drivers too, so that like we're all like, slow down means like, please don't hurt this biker. And the lanes are very important, and like there's a cool balance of like having order, having like that communication without having it to be like, yo, get out the road.
Yeah, it's like when you like really start to, I feel like it's stuff that people don't really think about unless they participate heavily in skating or biking, or even not even heavily, just like casually, and just seeing that like if you really think about it, it's like cars are at like the top, and then there's no mind to the other things until someone makes noise. You know what I mean? So it's like thinking about that, things could be way better.
Yeah, and like I don't even know if the conversation is brought up that like your MPG on a bike is like what you eat, literally, and that's huge for the environment, and that's also huge for like your health in general. Fuck parking. And yeah, I just don't like driving in general anyways, like yeah. So till next time, I'm gonna take this carrot with me.
Alright.
Yo, it's been super real.
Yeah, for sure. All of that's in
It's
my
on
head.
Twitch.
And we will be back with our next peeps.